Folks, I'd like to talk about words. Words. Two words. Hammerstone and birdstone. What was it used for? Those two words, hammerstone and birdstone. Hammerstone, for some time, all of these spent cores, when they got small, and they'd sliced all the tools off them they wanted. I have a bucket full of them, and I gave them a name, Hammerstone. What I'm saying today is, folks, I got hooked up on the word and lost something, a perspective or something. And the other word was birdstone. And I had a collection of a particular style. Now, there's different birdstones. There's some that's tall, and there's some, well, there's different ones. But this particular style, it went in there. I collected that. But just for a second, what I'd called a hammerstone, I was looking at them real close this last week, and this one is not a hammerstone. This is it has real smooth bottom for smoothing, and it has that elephant foot too. Look, and it's not a tool that can be picked up and held, really, for that much wear. So it had to be on a surface, and then the pressure of holding it down. This also fits just right if I find it. The pressure holds it down for the sanding or grinding of grain or whatever. So it's not a hammerstone. It's a smoothing stone. And this one is a spent core. I got a bucket full of them, and I found that it fit right there really good. And it's kind of a semi-cleaver thing, maybe for breaking bone or something. I'm not sure. These, what I called a hammerstone, they didn't get a lot of my attention other than getting water hosed off and put in that bucket. And I had, well, let me show you how this started. Stand up a minute. I was trying to create an art piece, and I needed a stone that would represent. I was trying to create an art piece to give to Joanna. Maybe she would smile more about my rock art if I gave. Anyway. So I went looking through the hammerstones, and I wanted to find one that had a peak like that, and sort of a top like that, so it looks like almost a diamond. And I was gonna set it in there. And this I found, I've got a piece of driftwood out there that's just about that size too, that I can cut and make it 2 inches wide and 1/4 inches thick, and then I can do some carving on it. And I'll use the carved wood for the ring, and it's a driftwood. Oh, it's pretty already. Whatever. But I was going to make that with that, and I needed some things to hold the stone in. So I went to this bucket because it always has those things that have that funny looking. I lost it. It goes deeper and deeper. I'll get it in a minute. Anyway, they fit right on the side, or it fit right on the side of that to hold the stone. Anyway, that's what started this whole thing out. Thank goodness. Let me sit down again. And what happened was, along with that, to fit in the top of that art piece that I was making, I thought about that one because it was faceted really good. It had a nice top on it and everything. And it was kind of polished. It was, it was kind of cool. And I was going to set that on that position right there. And I saw that. Enoch, I think is the name of that bull, something like that. With all that original color and artwork that is like cave art, in France and stuff. And so then I started looking at these much closer, these cores much closer. Now, this is just water hosed off. I haven't really cleaned them up much. And I'm sure they will show more stuff. But I already see a horse right there in that same type of art. And this one still feels dirty. They have that black pigment that's real similar to this, red and black outlines of images. And when I clean them up, I'll be able to see them better. And some just look like that. They just have an image. Well, I don't know. I haven't really cleaned it up. But that's a definite elephant. And there's artwork in here that I had just discovered recently. So now that's examining the word hammerstone, and it's not a good generic word for it. I mean, it's not. No, okay, now birdstone, there seems to be a question as to what they're used for. Let me get a few out here. Well, they all pretty much have the same pattern, but here's three, and they sort of set in a certain way, so they're not hard to find. They're an unusual pattern. Let me just get one. Now, I called them birdstones because they had birds all over them. For instance, there's a bird. Let me change my lighting. Maybe that'll help. There's a bird up on top of that. There is an owl right there with wings and body and all. There is there was a bird. If I can get it focused right, you can see that bird with its wings or this and this. And well, anyway, what I'm trying to say is that, so I looked at this really, really close. They're hard to hold. They're kind of an odd thing. There's a human face right there. And you can see this little ridge. The face is inside here. Then there's a ridge that goes on like that. And that is, I sometimes wonder about how they made those little bitty tiny eyes in this artwork. They just used a drill. Yeah, it's this little ridge right here. Excuse me. That I'm kind of noticing on all these human face images. And I used to look for the nose first and then go from there. But I'm kind of looking for that ridge. And I lost track of what I was going to say. Folks, let's take a break for a minute. So in a way, the birdstones have the basic same pattern. They can be a little bit different. They're large and small. Well, the reason I got into this collection was because I was wanting these. I knew I'd seen them before, and so far I only have two, and it would took three to do the art piece. But this was going to be mounted here and come up and hold that stone, and that's what happened.